Blessings, everyone. This is Diane from Faithart Design Studio. I'm here today to show you another Joy Junk Journal. The first one that I made, the pink flowers, has just really been a hit. A lot of people like it, and I decided I would make another one in blue. So that's what this one is. And the other kit is a trifold. This is a trifold, but it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to do some sewing a signature in. So there's the cover with some lace. You would open it up. There's a nice big tuck spot. And then we've added, this is where I've sewn in this additional piece of paper. That's, a little insert. And then we've made a belly band with 3 tags. You've got 7 verses. And that's the blue Joy Junk Journal. So let me start with, what does the kit actually look like? And I wanted to talk to you about the papers because I've gotten questions about that. So what we have here is the page number 1 in the download is where the trifold begins. And I've got lines on the sides that you're going to do your folding spot. And you've got the pretty scalloped edge. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and printed page 1 and page 3 back to back, and you'll see why. And then I've printed page 3 and page 2, which is the same as the cover, but it obviously doesn't have the scallop on it. So this is what I'm going to be using for the insert. And everybody asks, how do you get such gorgeous prints? And I found finally the secret. Yes, I have an Epson EcoTank printer, and it does do well, but the best thing, so I think it doesn't matter about your printer. What matters is the paper. And so 2 kinds of paper I totally recommend. Epson has their matte photo paper. You can get 100 in a kit. This is single-sided. That's what I print my ephemera and things on, but what I print my covers on, you need more of a cardstock. And wouldn't you know, there is a matte photo paper that's almost like a cardstock. It's 48 pounds. Got this at Amazon also. Koala, I guess is the paper. 100 sheets was actually a pretty good price. And you will just, if you could see, I wish you could feel it. It's just like a nice thick piece of cardstock. So when we do all the manipulating and folding, the paper holds up. So that's the first 2 pages. And then we've got a page of tuck spots done. Here's your 7 Joy Bible verses and some additional little word bars that I call them. And then I always make emblems with the word for my Faithart kits, some butterflies, some tags and things like that. And I wanted to just let you know, if you didn't see the first video that I did for the pink kit, is that these 2 postcards are actual postcards from a friend's grandfather who was in World War I, fell in love and corresponded with his future wife. And my girlfriend has all of their letters and postcards in French. So you will see a lot of those in a lot of my kits. And they're just really fun because they're from somebody that I know. And then here's the belly bands and some extra tickets. And I made the number 7 a little bit different because there's 7 Bible verses in here. So that's what the kit looks like. And through the magic of video, I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut everything. And then I'll walk you through exactly how to put this together. Okay, fussy cutting and folding is all finished. Had a couple of tips. And I've also distressed most of the edges, but I wanted to show you two ways to do that. First of all, I like to use distressing ground espresso. I like the darker tone. It's not black, but it's darker than tea dye, which I know a lot of people do use, but I just like this one. Now, if you don't have one of these little mats, this is one of those Teflon mats that comes with Tim Holtz's glass plate, which I have over on my other desk. And this one I bring over here when I'm doing demos, because what you're going to see is, you see how all the ink's on there? So 2 ways you can distress the edges. Why do we distress the edges? To be honest, what it does is actually gives definition to your edge and kind of adds a shadow, so that when you place it on something in one of your journals, it's more pronounced, I guess. I don't know what other word to use. So you can sit here and hold your item and just kind of touch the edges, like going down, right? You can do it that way. Now, the quick way I do it, and Tim shows you this all the time if you follow Tim Holtz, is you just touch here and you're rubbing on your mat, and it just edges it very differently. So I'm going to whip through a couple of these for you to get them nice and edged. They're so tiny. I'm having a problem with my wrist because I'm working on my computer so much. I've got carpal tunnel on my right arm. I don't have my brace on right now because I can't do all this with my brace on. So if you see me wince, you'll understand why, because it's very painful. Okay, so we're getting those all edged up. We're going to edge up our little tabs on both sides. Those will be ready. Thought I had all this done, sorry. But sometimes it's just fun to do that with you all. Hopefully you're crafting with me. I hope that's the goal of these, or that you at least watch it once and then rewatch it and make your own journal. And if you do, please, please, please tell me about it in the comments. Would love to hear from you all. Would love to find out. I had a thought as I was printing this kit out, is that we've got the pink roses and now we've got the blue flowers, and both of them are very feminine. But what if you wanted to give this to a guy? So if everybody can kind of give me a response, do you want me to make this? I can take the same exact kit and just change all the colors out and do more of a neutral set that you could use for a man. The other little trick, this is such a great idea. Somebody posted this the other day on a video, and I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was. If you have pinking shears, which of course, pinking shears, no. These are what you use if you're cutting your hair to thin it out. They're called thinning shears. Guess what? They make that really cool, like stamp edge. I don't even know if you can see it. Do you see how it's kind of edged? Yes! That was kind of fun to find that. So if you have a pair, you can get them at a beauty supply. They're not expensive. Walmart might even have them. I don't know. These are really old. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that little fun tip and trick with you today. Okay, I think we've got everything set up. Now, let me go back and show you how I prepared the cover. So depending, I'm going to give you some numbers, but I don't want you to flip out and just use my numbers. I want you to use your own measurements because it depends on how your printer prints. Remember when I showed you mine has a little white edge around mine? It doesn't print all the way to the edge. Some printers do, mine doesn't. So I have to trim all that off, which means my portfolio is going to be a little bit smaller than yours if you have it right to the very edge, okay? What I would suggest is before you cut this out, okay, there was a mark here on both sides where my thumbs are and on here, and that was to do your creasing lines. So my suggestion is you take that paper before you cut anything and you put it on here and you do your you crease making, okay? And you're going to do that. Then, because it doesn't matter about what the size is, it'll fit perfectly together. Then you want to finish your trimming, okay? So that's the first tip I have for you. As I said, I don't want you to use my dimensions because that's not going to work. Now, in the second part for that insert, again, I can tell you what size mine is, but yours may not be that size because your printer may have printed this all the way to the edge. And if it did, yours is going to be slightly different. So please make it what fits your printer, okay? And what just works for you. Okay, that one's edge. So what I did was on that second piece of paper that I had you print, I measured this, the left, okay? I closed mine this way. You can close it this way if you want. It doesn't matter to you. I just closed mine this way, okay? So you're gonna measure this inside cover, and mine ended up being it's to the fold, it's like almost 3.5. So obviously you don't want it 3.5 wide because then it won't fit in and it'll be too wide. So I trimmed mine down to, mine is 3¼ inches. And then you're gonna have to trim across the top because it's gonna be taller also. So again, you're gonna be trimming this so that it fits inside whatever yours looks like, okay? So here's mine, and whichever way you want the papers to come in here, okay? So we've got that part all set. Now, what I'm going to do, I think I showed you earlier, is that I sewed this. I'm gonna go over to the sewing machine and I'll be right back after I sew it in, and then we'll begin decorating. So hopefully you've gotten all those parts ready. As I mentioned, don't forget to do your scoring lines before you cut off that white edge, because if you cut off the edge, then you're not gonna know where to score it. So score it first, then you can trim the edge, okay? So I will be right back as I go to my sewing machine. Okay, back from my sewing machine. My work area that I do my filming is just not big enough to have my sewing machine over there. Maybe one day I'll show you some sewing things, but just straight stitch. I didn't really do anything. So I've got it sewn in there, and of course I just realized that I forgot to edge that second sheet before I put it in. So let's do that. Let's just kind of pull it apart. And I just did a straight stitch. You can do any kind of stitches that you want. And if you don't have a sewing machine, you could say, Diane, how am I going to get that in there? Then you could just do a pamphlet stitch. I'm not going to stop and show you how to do a pamphlet stitch in this video. There's lots of people that show you how to do a pamphlet stitch, which is just 3 little holes and pull it through. Or you don't even have to do that if you don't want to. You could actually just use a piece of elastic and kind of tie it in and have dangles. There's just so many different things that you can do. Okay, I think we've got everything pretty much edged. I say edged, but what I meant was distressed. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, that's distressed. Yes, okay. So what I'm going to do is move my things off of here. I use a baby wipe and just wipe that off, get it off my hands at the same time before I keep working on this, because now my fingers are all brown. So baby wipes take that right off. So we'll set that aside in case I missed something. So we are ready to put our parts in. So let's see. One of the first things that I'm going to put in here is the big tab that I'm going to put right in the front. Now, the lines that are on there, I've made those so that you know where to fold. So here's a tip or a trick, whatever you want to do. If you want to see those lines, like right here you see it, okay? It is kind of like you distressed it. If you don't want to see it, just trim it on off and you'll be just fine, okay? So this, I've folded all my edges back. And the reason you put, you have some of that folded edge is because when you go to tuck things in, you're actually then, there's a little bit of a space. If you just made it totally flat, it works, I've done it before, but that means you just can't put a lot of tucks in, little, pieces of paper and things like that, because there's just not going to be enough room. So the glue that I love to use for everything is Art Glitter Glue. So we are ready to glue all this down. Just glue my edges. Let me make sure I'm in camera. So before I started filming, I decided this is not going to work for me because I cannot stand up the entire time I'm making a video, number one, because of my back and my knees. And number two, to have my camera, my phone, up high that I need, I can't see what I'm filming. So I invested in a 15-inch monitor, which is the best thing that I did, because now I can totally just sit here naturally and look up and I see exactly, am I in camera and things like that. Okay, so we've got that part in. Let me go back to my original one and remember what I did. Okay. Then we'll do the belly band. So so you have 2 choices for your belly band. Depending upon which paper you have backing yours. I think I kind of like that. And what I did on mine, because it was so similar in color, I actually put it, I used an old piece of book paper and did that. So let's have fun, and I'm going to Okay, now I love really irregular edges. So I'm just going to tear this. And you can see how I tear. It's fast, quick, whatever. Okay. Save those parts. I'm going to use that. This is from, I found this at the thrift store. The World's Best Fairy Tales book. Yay! And it's nice yellowed pages. And it's actually some fun pictures in there, fairy tale things that I could actually use. Okay, so we're going to be doing that. So obviously I need to edge this. So let's edge it. Okay. And I think I'm going to fold my book page, just it'll give me a little bit more of a sturdiness to the top. Okay, and then let's measure it. So if I put that in there like that, it just totally fits there. Okay, did I make it good enough? Well, whatever I made, it's going to be fine because this is called a junk journal, which means nothing's perfect. That's the whole point of what a junk journal is. Now, I know a lot of people make videos and they start pulling in their stash, and they pull in books in French and German, and they find all of these fun things. They're the original pieces of junk that they found. I wish that I could tell you that I have all that stuff, and I don't. And so if you're just starting out, the reason I make the kind of what I add in my junk journal kits is because guess what? If you don't have all that stuff, I can just make it in a digital kit and you can print it. You don't have to go and search. And sometimes that stuff, somebody charges you a lot of money to get old books and things like that, which I don't want to spend all that kind of money. I'd rather buy a digital kit because then I can use it over and over again. I could print this multiple times. So you're going to see, I mean, obviously my shop is new and I don't have a lot in there. I'm working very hard to make lots of kits for you. I think that I'm going to make a kit that'll probably be 20, 30 pages of just backgrounds, just really cool pieces of old paper and stuff like that, so that you can print and then have your own. So tell me in this video if you think that's a good idea, or if you're one of those very blessed persons that has all that stuff. Yay for you, but doesn't work. I don't have all that. And I live in Florida. And guess what? We don't have a lot of really great resale shops because mostly everybody gets rid of that stuff before they move to retire in Florida. So our thrift stores don't have a lot of really good stuff. Okay, so that's all ready. You'll notice that I folded both edges again so that I have it kind of, just to make it a little bit sturdier. So there was a fold there. There it is. Yeah, let's fold it. Okay, so we'll put some glue on there. Okay. Now, again, my video is showing you Diane's interpretation. Feel free to make this exactly the way you want to make it, because it's a junk journal and it's a personal journal. And hopefully you're going to do things differently and it's going to look different than mine, but you're going to love it anyway. Okay, so we've got got this belly band in there, okay? And then we've got this one in, and let's see what I did over here. Yes, I used one of the little pockets in the inside. Okay, so here's a fold where I folded on the inside of those really dark lines, just to show you that it can look totally different if you don't want the dark lines. The dark lines help you cut it out and help you fold, and they just kind of have to be thicker when I'm making a digital kit. So just want to show you that you can leave that black line as the edge, or like I said, you can trim it off. So let's see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this about in the middle. So let's make sure my edges are all done. Again, as you can see, even though I prep things, then I move stuff or I fold it differently. And so of course it does come out differently. Okay, so let's put this on there. So let's talk about the Bible verses that are in here. We're making faith art. And what is faith art? That is just any kind of art junk journal that you have incorporated your faith. And if you're making it for yourself, great, love it, wonderful, happy to hear that. Maybe you're making this and you want to give this as a wonderful gift. That's another really cool thing, because then you're sharing your faith. Maybe you're encouraging someone, and that would be really, really good. Okay, on this one, let's put one of our strips, and I think I'm gonna do Fill Me With Joy. See, I've got Fill Me With Joy or Rejoice in the Lord's too similar to that background. So let's do that, and I am going to, uh-oh, I forgot my scissors over here. Hold on. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you have two workspaces. This is my filming workspace. And I thought I brought everything over, but I didn't. Okay, so there's that. Joy is there, and we'll just trim it like that. Okay. Fill me with joy. Yes, love that. Get those edges done. Okay, now I don't have any, there's no need to have a flap on this because this is just going to be flat. It doesn't have to move with anything. Fill me with joy. Yes, I like that. That looks very pretty. Okay, and then what I'd like to do is I'm going to put one of my Bible verses over here. So as I said, we have 7 of them. Let's go get one. And I think I want to put the circle. I want to put the circle right there. And let's see. Okay, but the problem is, it's okay. It needs like it needs some writing underneath, I think. So let's do that. Let's add some writing there. See, that kind of frames it and draws your eye into the circle, I think. So let's do that. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's put that down like that. We're going to put that there. And then one of my butterflies, you know what? It's like a half butterfly. What if we put that right there? That's so pretty. Okay, that looks really good. Let's do that. So first we're going to put this down. Oh, I picked a page that had a drawing on the back. Well, I won't be using that drawing, will I? Okay, got that. Let's add the Bible verse. So there's 7 Bible verses in this kit. I find 7's a pretty good number for these smaller kind of journal kits. I could give you more, but I don't know where you would put them. But don't forget, I've kind of made a lot of the Bible verses backgrounds neutral. So as I mentioned, once you buy a digital kit, you can print just that one page of the Bible verses and put it in a totally different journal. If you just want to, or tuck it into a card that maybe you're making and sending to somebody. That looks really good. Okay, what I want to do here is I want to give people a place to journal. So this is just some of my coffee dyed paper. If you want to know how to copy dye paper, let me know. I'll make a quick video. It's really simple. You just put some instant, cheapest coffee you got into some hot water, dissolve it, put it in a little spray bottle, and spray all your pages. One of the things that I did post was I figured out how to dry mine. I have one of those metal drying racks, and I pulled it out of my garage, and I went, oh, that's like so smart, Diane. So I got some clothespins from Dollar Tree, and I just hung up, that's probably too narrow. Yeah, that's too narrow, Diane. And I hung up, I hung all the papers on a clothespin. So I could put like 50 papers on there. I know some people cook them. Oh, I don't have time to do all that. And the other reason I use what I just said I use is because I have pets. So I'm not having a good time with this one at all. I should have made this before. I'll just trim it. And if I can't lay them on the ground, because my dogs will walk all over them and think there's something to play with, because I have a puppy. I have a puppy and an old dog. Okay, so now we've got 2 pages. That would work. Actually, you know what? Let's cut them so really 2 pages. Okay, how long do we want it? Yeah, right where that line is on this paper. That works. Okay, Okay, so now we've got 2 pieces of paper, and I think I want to add a 3rd one. So let's just lay this on here. And again, this is not perfect. Junk journaling for me is not about being anything perfect. It's the imperfection that we as humans have to understand, that that's who we are. I wish we were better. But the joy verses talk about we have to rely on God for everything, number 1. Number 2, he always says, count it all joy when all these bad things happen. Most people don't go there. If you are at the place where you can actually let go of your fear or your pain and trust God, you'll be amazed at the difference that you will feel and be able to walk through a stressful situation. And then you'll be able to say, like Paul did, count it all joy when you have those trials and tribulations. Okay. The other thing I like about coffee dyed paper is it actually gives like a tooth to the paper. This is probably just, what is that, notebook paper that the kids get for school. I always buy a pack, in August when everything gets ready to go to school. Okay, that works good. Now I'm going to use my tiny attacher to keep it together because I find that's better. If you don't have a tiny attacher, great investment, because you can do a lot of junk journaling stuff. Works really well when you have, okay, I really like that. That looks so pretty. So we're just going to, you could staple it, but I don't want to see the staples on the back. So we're just going to use glue. So we'll put glue on there. We're going to put there like that. Then we're going to put our word strip across the top, which makes it look like a little notebook that we've just created. And there we go. Make sure that you have it inside the fold. Otherwise, when you go to close it, it's going to fall apart. Okay, we're going to put tuck things in a little later. I'm trying to make all the parts that I wanted to show to you. Okay, so this page, what I would like to do, if you watched one of my other videos where I got that big Temu haul, where I ordered all this lace stuff from Temu, yes, this is one of the pieces. Is that not just stunningly gorgeous? I think it was probably $2.50 for a couple yards of it. Okay, Diane. See, there's my wrist going out. I can't. There we go. Okay. So I want to put that lace on there. That just really adds to it. And then also watch my video of how I store all of my lace and fibers and all that stuff. Where is that pin? There it is. Just stick that back in there because I have a whole video on how to do that. Okay, we're going to put that down, and just need a little bit of glue just so it catches here and there. It's not, nobody's going to rip it off. Okay, so we're going to lay that beautiful piece on there. That works well. Let's see, we'll just hold it down a little bit until the glue grabs the fabric, which it does. Okay, I think I'm getting off camera. Let's move this up. There we go. Okay. And let's see, I like that. The other word strip, I wanted to put this over here. Again, guess what? It's too similar in color. So how about if we back it? Yes, see, now that looks so much better. I like that. Okay. Oh, boy, my thumb is in bad shape. My whole wrist is in bad shape. Okay, let's glue those two together, and we'll put that there while the lace is drying. So if you think I'm going fast, it's because I've already made this once, and so I'm just kind of duplicating. I find that I go into my digital kit. I go into my software and I start making things. Then, of course, I have to print it. Then I have to make it and see, do I have the sizes right? What else do I need? So that's why there's a demo that I can show you. And then there's the one that I'm making now is, okay, the kit is all done. Here's the kit and here's all the right sizes. And then I can just show you how to make this particular one. So we're doing good on here. Okay, I like that. Now, I don't think I'm going to add anything on here because I just love this paper. This paper is so beautiful. So let's start making our, oh, we have this other page. Let's do this over here. Okay, I think I'm going to add this joy here. I always make the emblems. I try to make 2 or 3 for you, so you can pick whichever one you want. I think what I did was I used this one on the cover, which I'm going to use again. The problem with the blue one, the way I have my papers, the blue, I guess it's okay. I like this joy better, so I think I'm going to put that one down. So we're going to do that. So I think, as I've said to people, I just started using art glitter glue about a couple months ago, and I have been making things for 25 years. And as I pull old things out, the pages and the stuff falls apart because I used to just use glue sticks. So I really don't use glue sticks anymore because I mean, it's not forever. I can't make anything for forever, right? But at least I want it to last for a couple, maybe 20 years. Okay, on this, we're going to put a Bible verse. And here's another good find. I found all 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are a, like a jute. I found these at Dollar Tree at $1.25. I got these probably December, January. Let's look at the pretty one with the lace. We just want a little piece because I'm just going to use it. Actually, I'm going to use it this way. So if you have a Dollar Tree near you, and then if you have a super Dollar Tree, some of the regular Dollar Trees have this and some of the super Dollar Trees have it. So I can't guarantee. This is a piece that came, where'd that one come from? Oh, that one came from Temu, that I got from Temu. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put that there, and then I'm going to put this Bible verse, John 16:24. Until now, you have not asked for anything in my name, but ask and you will receive, and your joy will be complete. See, I like it. I think it needed just a little backing. So that's what we're going to do. Let's glue this down. So if you've found that Dollar Tree, if you found your Dollar Tree near you has lots more crafting supplies, let me know in the comments, because I just realized that a couple months ago. I guess I never went down that aisle because they never used to really have anything, and now they really do. I should have freighted that a little bit, but that's okay. Because I'm finding all sorts of items that, wow, $1.25. Okay, I'll buy that. So you can build up a stash of lots of decorative trims and things without breaking the bank. Okay, that is very pretty. Okay, what are we going to put in over here? So I think what we're going to do is, I should have room to have these 2 tags. Yes, they fit in there. Now what did I do? Oh, okay. Hold on, I have a piece of something over here. Okay, I also gave you some of these little pieces. Let's see if that'll fit in there. The 3 of them. Well, they don't have to lay flat. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so what are we going to put on them? So here's what the ones look like from my original kit, which I like. I left that middle one blank. We just put the tag on. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, another little trick to share. So go into Walmart, they sell them. You get a whole pack of, what are these called? Reinforcers. They're all white. Okay. Spend about 20 minutes, get a couple stamps, and look, I make them in different colors. I just pick a couple stamps and I edge them first with Distress ink, and then I just stamp on them. So they're just sitting here ready to be used. I love them. So that's what we're going to add to both of those. So we are going to, excuse me, punch a hole. Excuse me. Okay, we're going to punch a hole with my crocodile. There's one. Here's the other one. Okay, and then we're going to put the reinforcers on them. Let's move those over to here. Oh, I used a small hole punch. Okay, let me use the bigger hole punch. There we go. I used, my wrist. You would think that would be simple to just use this, but it isn't. Okay, yeah, the bigger ones work better because that's the size for those. And of course, if you make a mistake like I just did, it doesn't really matter because look, you can just stick this on here and it's going to cover it up and you'll be all set. Okay, so we have these two and we are going to put some Bible verses on them. And I think what I fit on here was, this one fits on here perfectly. Okay, so we're going to glue that on. So you can put your Bible verses any way you want. I'm just trying to show you creative ways to showcase God's Word. Okay, that one's done. Then we're gonna, that was 1 Peter 1, 8-9, and here's Zephaniah, which I love. This is one of my favorite verses. The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love, he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. If that doesn't fill you with joy, knowing that God, the God of the universe who created everything, is actually rejoicing over me and what I do. I mean, that gives me kind of chills some days that that's the situation. Okay, we've got those two done. Love that. This one we're going to leave blank, but let's put on one of our little tags. Rejoice in the Lord or fill me with joy. Let's put fill me with joy. Okay, got that. And we'll put that just like that, kind of in the middle, Diane. Yeah, I'll get it yet. There we go. Okay, so that's, those three will go in there. Now this one will just slide right in and sit there. These two, let's tie some, what is this, baker's twine? Let's use some blue baker's twine. So you can find baker's twine, actually at Dollar Tree, you get 3 little rolls for $1.25. The problem is they just don't have a lot of colors. So I got all the colors that I could from Dollar Tree, and then I decided, quote, splurge. I think I spent $12. I went and ordered a set from Amazon that had a whole bunch of colors. So now I have almost every color, probably every color you can get. Okay, that one works there. Let's put another little bit of blue on there. So if you're like me, I really don't go shopping anymore. I shop online all the time when I need something. I love that I can just sit there and go to Amazon and usually comes in 2 days. Yes. So with the cost of gas, yeah, just send it to my house. And then of course, if it doesn't work, wrong size, or you don't like it, you can just send it right back and get your money back very quickly. And I will tell you that I'll just share an experience. This is why I was thinking, I'll be nice to this company and I will buy from them directly instead of Amazon. I had to buy some, a stand to hold up my phone, and then I got a monitor and got all that stuff. So I ordered from them. They're a really nice store. In fact, actually, I have their equipment. And it came, and I opened it up, and Diane did not read the width of it, and my table was too wide. So I called them and I said, do you have an extender? And the customer service guy, no, ma'am, that's just the size it is. It was right on the package. I'm like, yeah, I know it was, but I didn't read it. So I said, okay, I have to return it. And he goes, okay, no problem. You have to just take it and return it to us. I said, well, you're going to give me a number to send it to? He goes, no, you just send it to this address and you have to pay for it. I went, oh, okay, it shouldn't be a big deal. Oh my gosh. The postage was $53 to send these 2 boxes because they were heavy, big, metal pieces of equipment. And so I spent $53 to find out something didn't work. Oh my gosh. Okay, now if I had bought that from Amazon, I wouldn't have had to pay the $53 to return it because Amazon because I have a Prime account, all that's covered. So just my little story to share that, yeah, that kind of freaked me out to spend $53 to audition something that didn't work. Okay, not happy with that, but anyway. Okay, so we've still got 1, 2, 3 Bible verses, right? So all I have is 3. So let's count where we have them. So I have 1 here, 2, 3, 4. So yes, we have 3 left. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to stick this one just as the verse the way it is into that pocket. And then I've got this really fun piece of ephemera ticket. I like that the white and the white, look really good with that. And then we'll put one of our little French postcards in there. And we'll put another piece of paper. So if you write scripture, if you scripture scribe or scripture writing, what you can do, why these are nice when they're white in the background, you could actually write this verse out. Let's read it. Psalm 16:11. You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. Maybe you want to write that out, because that's the kinesthetic way of engaging with God, is writing things, making things with his word. And that just really gives you a whole different meaning and understanding that I find. Okay, let's put this one on here. I like that Bible verse here. And one of the secrets of art glitter glue is you have a big steel pin that goes on the top of it. Because I keep using it, I don't put the pin right in right away, and that's okay for me. But if I was gonna keep doing things, I should put the pin in. So I'm just letting you know, because you don't want that glue to clog up in that nice, in this thing. So there's my pin, goes back in. Of course, I'm gonna take it out right away. Okay, like that verse there. I love this blue butterfly on the white. I think that looks beautiful. Like it's flying. See, take the pin out. It looks like it's flying in. Of course, butterflies are kind of a symbol of joy, right? Because joy comes from a relationship with God. Happiness, anybody can be happy, but that just goes away. So I like the butterfly on there because it just really symbolized. Okay, let's put some stamps on here. Do I have a third one? Uh-oh, I forgot the third one. Okay, we're just going to do 2. So another thing that I talk about with people who are just beginning to do stuff. I follow a lot of people, and I'm in a lot of groups, and people say, I just started today, and do you want to see my page? And yes, their page is really pretty. The problem that I have with their pages when you first start is they don't group anything. So what happens is your eye comes to the page and it kind of goes all over the place, and it's not pleasing to the eye. So it's not that they, didn't attempt to do a good job, but you see how I'm connecting these pieces? So as soon as I hold this down. So what happens when you look at this with your eye, you're going to go to this part in the middle first, because that's naturally right there. You might see the bird. The bird is not touching, but it's your eye kind of goes like that and goes around. So you're trying to complete the circle. That's what's pleasing to the eye. So in case you didn't know all that, that's my new information for today. And we have 7 verses. So let's put that on our first big pocket. Put that big old number 7. Okay, and then we're going to stick. What are we going to put in here? Oh, I made this really fun thing. It's called the Joy Journey. It's a boarding pass. So if this was for you, you could fill this in. Put your name, from where to where. Hopefully the Joy Journey is getting closer to God. Any special message you want to write. But it's just a little fun piece of ephemera. That's all it is. But it's called the Joy Journey. So I made that. We'll stick this piece of paper in there also. Now this is open. I did not, I'm sorry, my hands are in the way. I didn't glue that top part. So it keeps them tucked in, And then let's see, we've got some more pieces. Oh, remember I was telling you about these postcards that they're a friend of mine, her grandfather wrote these love letters. Well, here's actually, she gave me a whole bunch of his love letters on like onion skin paper, and I scanned them. So here's one where it says something about I love you, and yeah, it's just really fun. So these were real people. These are not people you got to make up a story about. These were real people. So we're going to tuck a bunch of little things in there. We've got our Bible verse there. We've got a ticket. We've got some other things left over, don't we? Oh, there was a third. See, Diane, there was a third one. I could put it on there, but I might not. Okay, I like 3s instead of 2s, but maybe we'll count that as a 3. You really want odd groupings. You never, well, that's 1, so that's odd. And then you have 1, 2, 3. So that works better. And we've got stuff in there. We've got our little notes. Let's see. We've got, oops, what did I do? That's just a little piece of stuff. We've got, okay, so we put in all of our Bible verses. We've added the rejoice in the Lord. So it's looking really good. Now we are going to work on the cover. And this is the cover that I did on my first one. And I'm basically going to do it again because I think it's beautiful and I love it. So let's do that. So this would fold over, this folds over. And you'll find if you start to use that koala double-sided paper, you're going to be really happy because this is not going to fall apart. It's actually going to stay together. Okay. So I used this joy and I put that on there, but again, it's kind of floating. So let's put some more book pages. Just some, yeah, I think this is going to look better. Look, I'm going to fold it like this. I think that looks much better. Okay, let's make that all grungy up. The other thing, what I was just talking about, if you're one of those people that has all this old stuff, like you were lucky enough to have it, it naturally gets browned on the edges and gets crinkly and gets yellowed with age. So what we're actually doing when we're distressing things is making new stuff look old. Okay, that part works really well. So I'm going to glue this down, and then we're going to do one more different thing. How many minutes? Oh, I'm doing good today. It's only 36 minutes and we're almost finished. My first video was an hour, I think, because I talked to you a whole bunch more. Okay, so that I like. And I think what I want to do is, and hopefully my hand is going to work, that this can happen. I am going to, I want to tie it with the brown string again, and I'm going to put, yeah, what are these things, Diane? Da-da-da-da. Just left my mind. Well, hopefully you all know. Eyelets, there it goes. Hopefully you were going to help me and remember. So I bought this little kit, but I don't use any of that stuff in the tools in the kit because that's why you have a crocodile. This crocodile's like 25 years old. Okay, so it's the big hole. So I'm going to eyeball the hole right there. And I'm going to eyeball the hole on the other side. Okay, got my holes. Now, all you do is you put it through your hole. Okay, Diane, why is that? These are too big. I think I need to order a smaller kit. This is like kind of, they're too big. They don't match that size of my crocodile. Some days they go right in and some days they don't want to. Okay, come on, go in there. Of course, when you're on camera, you don't like, there we go. You just have to kind of play with them and stick them in there. Okay. There we go. Okay, got it in. So you punch, if you never used crocodile, you punch the hole with that, and then see this top part, it's got a little, yeah, what's that called, Diane? It's got like a little, of course, just fell right out the minute I go to show you. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the hole in, no, the little piece goes in through there like that, and then, I can't really show this to you all, hopefully you can see it. Then you grip, and of course with my bad hand, it still works. It smashes it and seals it. Yay, that's all you gotta do. Okay, put that in there. There we go. There we go. Okay, that is ready to go. Yay. And I think we're going to tie, I'm going to use brown twine on this one. And let's see, what did I do? Okay, so this one, let's close it so you'll get a sense of how to measure for this. Okay, so that one's going to be tied through here, so let's tie it first. So you're just going to put it through, make a knot, don't have to waste so much. Okay, I'm going to make a knot. I double knot it just so it'll stay in place. Okay, so that is going to be on here. And what I want it to do is I want it to come around. Let's get a bunch off of here. Okay, I'm going to come around. I want it to come around once, come back over here, and then it's going to tie with this one. Okay, so yeah, that looks good enough. There we go. That one's done. And now we'll do the other side. I did all this before gluing it down because it's easier to do it that way. So I hope you enjoy this new Joy digital kit. I hope you make it, and I hope you either, well, both. I hope you make one for yourself and make one and share it with a friend and encourage others. It can be, you know how everybody talks about getting happy mail, so you can send happy mail. This just would totally work as happy mail. Okay, so do I have them long enough? Yeah, that one goes that way, this one comes around, and then they will tie. Perfect. Okay, let's trim that, because it doesn't need to be quite so long. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to glue it down. Okay, so we'll put the glue on. Now I'm going to put some glue around the eyelet just so it reinforces it, because you're going to be opening and closing it a lot. Okay, let's put that right in the middle. Okay, and I think that's tight enough, and I guess I can trim that one too. So you're going to wrap that one that way. It's going to come around and tie, and this one goes around, and it will tie just like that with a pretty little bow. And there is our Joy junk journal. Isn't that pretty? Now you could put more things on the back because there's lots of parts left. And I just, you know, did this. Like you could put this Joy over here. You could stick this on here, which I might do. Or I could put this one over here with the butterfly. So there's parts left. As I mentioned, hopefully you will make one for yourself and make one to share. Okay, after I shut off filming, I realized I totally forgot the lace. So I decided, okay, I'll add this on and show you. And I also decided, you know, I like that Joy. I think I am going to put that on the back. So let's put that on the back first. So what I did was I put a little brad on each end. I just think it makes it look nice. It looks like it's bradded onto the page, but you don't have to actually go through the whole thing. So let's put this on here. See if that'll stick down. Okay, now I'm happy with that. The reason I did not put that on here, because when you're open like that, you go, oh, there's nothing on this page. But the minute you put it on there, look, it competes with the Joy that we filled. So that's why I have nothing on this page. I knew there was a reason I did that. And then, as I said, I put that lace on my original one and totally forgot to show you how to do that. Okay, so again, use your trusty glitter glue. I've kind of cut the laces the size I want. So I only do a little section at a time so that it will catch. So this is already ruffled lace, so you're just putting it on the very edge. And Just hold it for a few seconds. Glitter glue dries really fast, and it dries clear. Isn't it funny, so many of us use these glues and we talk about them all the time. We should be getting royalties for recommending. Okay, now this one does not want to lay down today. Okay, let's put a little bit more glue on it. I think the lace is absorbing it before it's drying it. So, okay, try that again, Diane. This time maybe I have enough glue. So if that's the case, then the secret was you have to have enough glue on it, and you have to hold it down so that it can start to dry. Now the other thing I could do, of course, I'm not at that desk, but let me grab some paper clips. Little clips to hold it down. Yeah, oh, which I can hardly do with my thumb. Yeah, that's smarter. That way I can continue to film and we'll get it right on there. So it's on the underside, probably to do 2 beads to get it on there. There we go. And yes, I cut it larger because you never want to get to the end and then realize it was too short. Okay, let's hold that for a few seconds. So anyway, this will be the new ending of the video with this on. Oh, it's just not gluing. So I'll just put a picture, I think, at the end instead of the live that it's finished, because it's just not wanting to stay down. Almost. So always have your clips ready so that you can glue that down. But you can see how pretty it's going to be when it gets dried off. Okay, and we'll trim that. As I said, I'll include a photo of the end of it when it's all finished. But as I mentioned, we added the joy on the back, and then we added the lace. Thank you.